Welcome back, everyone, to Limbus Company. I am me. I'm joined by my good friend Hunter. And I am ready to draw again because I am a whale because content.
This time for sure.
And I am willing to spend so much money if I think it's funny. I look in horror.
Yeah, but imagine if you gotten it right there. It would have been real funny.
I look in horror at my pile of Warhammer models that cost easily 10 grand that are not assembled.
Yeah, but you just got to get a couple more. Just a couple more.
I'm gonna give it more.
Surely they'll fill the void.
It's not even the void. Like, it's not like I'm doing because it's like, it'd be really funny if I did this. And then I do it, and then I laugh, and then I throw it in the box.
I bought the thing back in the box.
Back in the box. I bought the Necron Silent King model. I pre-ordered that shit on release. It's in the box, unassembled. When Magnus the Primarch got his model 6 years ago, pre-ordered that in the box.
You just gotta. You can stop anytime.
Nice.
It's fine. Within expectation.
Yes, my luck! Where did my luck go? Where did my luck go?
You spent it all on your ridiculous early game.
Like
your polls were nuts.
Like the game knows I don't really care about these and is punishing me for
your hubris.
My hubris.
You only want them because they're limited.
It's
the FOMO works on you.
The FOMO. Ah! That's the wrong one!
Oh, it's so funny.
Game, please don't make me have to pity. Oh, hey!
Oh, there you go! Okay!
My bitch.
There you go. At bare minimum, you can guarantee it. Now it's just about not hard pitying everything.
Oh.
Oh, and another ego. That's okay. That's a pretty damn good pull. Oh, and that's the best one too.
Too bad I don't use Gregor.
Probably should. He's just kind of better than the Rooster Sinclair.
Is he? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Rooster Sinclair kind of sucks, but he's fun.
The primary reason I use him is he's good red ego. But
it is really hard to get Wrath on that team, which is it's fair.
There
like using him for the Wrath ego resource is super valid. It's just him as an identity isn't very good.
Oh yeah, there's my luck starting to come back. Hello, Gregor again. Ooh,
oh, that's a good one. That's not core to the sinking team, but quite strong.
There's my luck back. There we go. That's 3 in a row. There's my luck back.
It was like a blockage in the luck pipe, and once you got the Arknight's ego out of the drainage, it just kind of everything flows through.
I mean, that's still 2, but like.
I mean, I feel like you have more IDs than you don't at this point.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're right. But still, I would like more IDs, even though I won't use them. But I would like IDs.
You'll build other teams eventually.
Eventually.
Bleed or sinking, probably.
I mean, probably the next one that I would have a lot would be Bleed. I personally like just the aesthetic matching. Like, I love the high show because they're all high show. I like the blood because they're all the vampire thingies. No. I stopped being mad at it, so now my luck's gone. Wait, there it is. See, you get mad at it, it works.
Of course.
I have so many goddamn Ishmael shards.
I would say you could convert if you have too much excess to thread, but you have too much thread too, so... Oh, another... 2 ego! Okay, you have to stop bitching forever. Or I guess bitching makes it work,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
That's how, like, yeah, when I'm mad at it, that's when I get my luck. When I'm...
You have to admonish it.
Too bad Bersoul doesn't have a goddamn... I like this one for the aesthetic and animation. I don't know anything. I just like it for like aesthetic and stuff.
Pursuance is neat, and it's a decent enough. It has a decent enough ability to heal. Dimension Shredder is nice because up tie 4 it rolls pretty high, so it's good for like really tough clashes. Damn.
눈앞의 사람들을 전부 적출해버리면 되는 거지.
Ah, the weird Alu. The kill yourself Alu.
His ampules are really strong, but they can kill you.
See, I'm not mad at it anymore. Now I'm not getting anything good.
Get angry!
If I bitch, it works. That's how it works. Again, it's the amount of money I've spent on this game. When I've no, like, oh boy, all these things. I already have the team I'm gonna be using for probably the entirety of the game until I decide to just have fun with other shit. Like, they'd have to come out with a really cool team that for me to not want to use High Show anymore. Hey Show, whatever.
Hey Show is just entirely hype-based. Oh, another ego!
Another ego.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도
That's another good one.
따뜻하게 안아줄
That's
사람 있어.
not a good one.
I said that's another good one.
Oh, he said that's not a good one.
It's a very, very high roller. Rolls like a 41.
Damn. I'm gonna be like 20 thingies short of being able to just have to pity the other ones. There we go. But wait, it's gonna be the dupe.
No, you can't do ego.
Oh, you can't. Oh, right, you can't do ego.
흐릿한 등화.
That's why I didn't have to worry about pulling any ego, if I got any ego at all.
용이 되어 빈 벼루에 남았구나.
Okay, kind of sudden. I need like maybe like 5 minutes. I will be right back.
Okay.
I will need to leave call.
아득한
Oh,
여자,
I'm gonna fuck about with ego while he's
멈추지
gone.
않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아
Yes, the power.
스스로 답을 구하시길.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot of fucking, Starlight that I can't use. Okay, let's get started. Ego, you get in there. This is also a he. She has so many fucking he's. Heal self and add 1 ally of lowest HP percentage, but hardened shell barrier stack. That's that turn start. There's units max HP. It says max HP, heal 2 of those of those HP. But heal receiving units are 25% lower HP or stack multiplies effect. That's pretty good. If the last single skill fast user is counter with command melt. Then, oh, okay, so you it and you get AI gain 4. I see. Okay. Let's and it heals SP. Ooh, like it. Executive passives. Was command. Oh, so if the last move you used was in this mode, it doesn't go down. Okay. Yeah, that's not hard at all for my team to generate. Up to it. The main target has burn or rupture. Found a power plus 2. They always have rupture. Deal 1% damage for every 1 rupture on the main target. From that one. So, you guys harden shell, variable choice effect, and so it wants you to spam it. Interesting. Deal 10 SP for 2 allies, including this unit. I mean, like 3 SP heals is pretty good, and you know, it not counteracting, but lowering its cost. Gain 10 harden after. Okay. That kills off in 1 ally with the least HP percentage.
Okay, sorry about that. Hello.
This is a good one. Hello.
Yeah, the shell is quite nice. I think if a Faust identity comes out that wants to take damage, then it would be really, really good. Like, if we had a Faust equivalent of Harpooner Heathcliff, then it would be incredibly strong. But, I mean, as it is, it's good because it means Malfaust can just take a lot of punishment in general.
I mean, I have to choose between which he. I'm gonna choose the cool, funny one. Even though...
That one's actually really good for Lord Honglu, and is good, and is really fun. Because the whole point of it is you're supposed to use it multiple times, and it gets stronger every time.
Yeah. Same, kind of the same thing with House One, at least. You get benefits for reusing it. And the more you use it, the more of the passive you get, the more it heals. It's also one that's kind of meant to be spammed.
Indeed.
Okay. We go. I never lose. Wrong one. Fucking crossover go. I see. And it's a bit harder for me to get those out. I don't think I have a lot of dark blue ones.
Pride, you have a good amount. Faust, Honglu.
I guess, yeah. I guess it's okay.
Rogia. Yeah, I'd say that's one worth up-type foring. I don't know if did you already up-type for the Faust, or are you not going to?
I did Faust. I've typed for Faust.
Okay. Gregor. So this is a really good one. It's just not a really good one to use in this team because it requires Wrath. It requires 2 Wrath, and the only Wrath you have would be Sinclair.
Yeah.
Which means you'd have to cycle 3 Wrath through his full kit to actually be able to use the full thing. Which it's basically you want to use it in mirror dungeons. You throw that on in a mirror dungeon, and it kicks a bunch of ass. But like. In this team, in a normal encounter, it's not going to do very much for you. The other 2, though, quite good for this team.
I also always just feel kind of bad using ones that don't have that aren't clashable, because like at least what I use Ego Fours is for clashing.
It's a fair time to use Ego.
Blah, 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 blah. That's not terrible. It's competing with and no. And I generate that pretty old. Surprisingly, like, well, I got egos because I did. I didn't get egos that like use. Alright, I think we're good to go.
All right.
Get rid of all these news. And like, wow, look at this. You can use this guy now. My IDs, I'm good to growing. Agile. Into the Warp Express.
Give me just a moment. I'm gonna.
Ooh, okay, I should definitely
어디서
definitely put him in to get
뱀
that
기어가는 소리
fucking
들리지 않아?
gain.
명을 받들
죽은 걸맞는
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
Time to get terribly voice act, yes.
My favorite. I gotta remember the. Oh, combat first. Okay.
Awesome.
뭔가 기분 좋은 일이라도 있었던 거야?
I want them to give me my high show fucking Mersoul. Give me Dragon Mersoul so we can go fucking bah!
불끈을 지원할 뿐.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지.
I do think it's gonna be Dragon Mersoul, Ox,
I do think if we get more Heisho, it's not going to be anytime too immediately soon.
that's
Like, we need other factions. We've gotten so much Heisho.
nah. They need to finish it. They're so close. They're gonna like they had season 6 with 2 Aisho or 3 Aisho, and they're gonna have season 7 that had
우와,
7,
다른
and then they're gonna have the last whatever from season 8.
지비수에게 명한다.
모조리
이 앞에
지원해줘.
숨쉬자. 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
I think it's 2. Season 6 had 2 because season 6 had Ryoshu and Otis. Season 7 had everybody else, and then season 8 would have the other.
튀울 수도 없겠구나.
수감자가 되어도 훌륭하게 나고. 이제
넌 부경을 튀울
도통
수도
알아들을 수
없겠구나.
없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어. 4번 수감자.
Oh, I should put on the fucking whatchamacallit, the announcer pack.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우.
각자 자리에 쓴다.
Center announcers, get in there.
のダンテさんですね。
Eh,
ブリーフィング担当としてロド
anime. Yeah, she talks a lot.
Oh yeah, she's a yapper.
I don't like the yappers unless it's Virgilius.
She apparently has lines for every single individual sinner though, which is fun.
I do like that though. Not in here though. Oh. If enemy gimmick warning.
なんだか
If she has one for each sinners, I will keep her in. Actually, we'll just see how much she yaps. Because like that's the reason why I don't have like these 2 in there, because they just don't shut the fuck up.
That's fair.
They just don't shut the fuck up ever. Herbert.
이런 것도
Oh
필요해?
my god, Herbert.
너희 진짜 재밌게 사는구나.
Well, I mean, that's super expected.
아, 이미
He's also a
너무 마음에 두지는 마. 뭐순.
Oh
It would
my
be out
god.
of character for him to not yap. It's his whole thing.
1000번의 실패를 하고 있다 하더라도 그건 실패. 그치. 이럴 때는 어우 저건 딱 봐도 복잡한 설계를 심어놨네.
I could be remember. I feel like he's not reading or talking as fast as like he did in the.
빨간 경보가 내가 뭐? 우와 이거 봐. 갑자기 시간이 들어. 오 너희 뭔가 작동시킨 거야? 아이고 너희가 결국 저 녀석을.
Do the other ones have sound effects? I feel like they don't.
시간을 제일 잠깐.
It's not common, at the very least.
오 나는 저렇게 뭐 그래 확실히 너희가 저걸 제대로 부숴놓긴 한 것 같. 정상값이네. 올바른 물질끼리 맛.
Yeah, I don't.
그렇게
It'd be like these two. Like I was cool with them for like the first day or two, and then I was like, and they
And then it got annoying.
and then it got annoying. I think that's how I'd be with him too.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
Gotta keep our boy Gregor in there. Gotta get those extra currencies so I can not need to do 1,500 fucking near dungeon runs.
토끼를 도려내라.
아시의 이상을 함께 줬다. 이상이요.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
무얼 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
무상한 목숨
Thank you for rolling heads, Ishmael.
There you go.
불끄듯 지원할 뿐.
그래. 딱
I think the first person who's rolled heads from my team so far.
그게 길을 열어라.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. With these fights, I really don't care because even if we do like really bad in like one round, it's gonna be fine. Like the only time it really matters is the boss fights.
모조리 지워버려.
그래. 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군.
I'll be honest, when they had the whole shuffle thing for the announcers at first, I thought it was good, and the reason I wasn't using much, I thought it was gonna be just it would choose between one of them for the fight, not every
Oh
dialogue.
no,
would be
every
randomized.
single dialogue is
I
a
mean,
random guy.
that's a better way to do it, I think. I just
Yeah,
was,
it's fun.
I just was using it. It's like it doesn't really matter.
That also means if you do something like you throw Herbert in, it's gonna be like randomly you get the longest line of dialogue ever.
Yeah.
최근엔 좋았어.
목을 떨고
Is it Hebert or Herbert? I can. It might be Hebert.
탕류의 허덕이나.
It's weird, is what it is.
지 목을 떨고 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
It's weird and I don't like it.
튀울 수도 없겠구나.
敵は深手を負っています。
흑수며 뜀박질 춤.
넌
My sensibilities are offended by things that I do not understand.
허덕이나.
Man, it's always so funny.
Something political joke.
Something like what I do. It's always so funny when like my stocks account is like, you got paid 7 cents in dividends. Neat. Oh hell yeah!
흑수며 뜀박질 춤.
이제 깨우치시게.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았고
이제 깨우치시게.
적합한 조치였습니다.
Man, it's always like so worrying when you find like a really cool like game in early access, but it's being dude down like one dev. You're like, oh, will this ever
concern.
see the light of day?
It's a valid question.
Cause like Kenshi, amazing fucking game, took the guy 13 years to make it.
Yeah?
Battling in a narrow hallway always really takes a lot out of you. Too bad. Making big movements when there's not a lot of room to move around takes more energy than you might think. Especially for people like us who use longer weapons. Yeah, using a halberd and a glaive in a fucking train cart would suck. These enemies weren't much harder than the ones we'd fought earlier, but it was inevitable that their sheer number would eventually wear down the sinners. Whew. What are these things, Faust? ... Yeah, I've been wondering that too. Why are you so tight-lipped all of a sudden?
Those entities are...
Those entities are...
What do you think those entities are?
It's like, what do you think? Huh? Didn't I just ask you the same question? Oh no, are you giving us a chance to give our own answers first?
Wow, Faust is being so polite right now. Gulp.
Of course, Faust did not confirm nor deny his question, but Sinclair is perfectly capable of interpreting her silence in his own fashion. There are some things I learned after fighting them, I think. These monsters aren't mad at us, nor do they want to attack us because they're an obstacle. That's not why they're attacking us.
First time Faust will ever understand the power of just shutting the fuck up for a minute. Quite, quite! 'Tis apparent they hunger for aught, charging at anyone and anything in a desperate quest of it.
Right, that's strange, though. I thought hunger or thirst wasn't a thing aboard these trains. To be determined from the entity's attack patterns that their offensives were not based on rational thought. The source of this behavior can only be traced back to primal aggressiveness. I have no idea what voice to give fucking Otis. I have no idea what voice to give her.
Just a very normal male voice. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, and? Was there anything else?
Anything else? Oh yeah, I think they all had red eyes? I think I'm pretty sure I was Yusung. Their bodies wreathed in blankets of red.
Oh, right, me.
You were Ryoshu.
I smelled blood, so that's likely what they're made of.
And it must be that the red was congealed, nay, crystallized blood.
Thank you all. Your input has been very helpful.
I really enjoy how much lower quality this guy in the middle back's face is compared to every other face.
Though the extra 20 pixels would have costed too much out of the CG budget,
I really enjoy how much lower quality his face is compared to every other one. It was my turn to start whispering. What did you learn from that?
We are in luck, Dante. I have read upon this subject as a tangent while perusing information regarding our next destination, moments before we boarded the train. And while that will be a useful element in resolving this situation, the sinners have also been a very good source of intelligence when it came to categorizing and identifying important evidence from the available sea of information. Your advice was correct, Dante.
You mean you know what to do to blow this case wide open?
Nothing can be said with absolute certainty at the moment. However, this will be a good place for us to start.
I feel like Faust is putting an extreme amount of trust into Dante, like telling him like, I'm not connected to the whatchamacallit anymore.
I don't know if that's... I mean, it does indicate a level of trust, I suppose, but I also think it's, like, mission critical. And
I mean,
for all Faust is, she is one of the most mission-first sinners.
But it's like, simultaneously, realistically, would Dante be acting much differently if he wasn't aware that she wasn't connected? Like, outside of attempting to cover for her sometimes, would he really be acting differently?
I think that Dante would have been putting too much effort into trying to figure out why Faust was acting differently. Because for all of Dante's floundering foolishness, they are one of the few people that actually seems to care about the sinners, like, fairly intensely. And so noticing something is off with the sinner, Dante would be one of the first to notice, and it would probably occupy a lot of their, faculty instead of solving the case or working on guiding the sinners. So I think it is a tactical decision on Faust's part, but I don't disagree. It shows a level of trust in, at the very least, Dante's competence.
Yeah, because
I don't think Kanto 1, Dante, or Faust would have been in this kind of trusting scenario. I think it shows growth.
Because I think it shows something that she doesn't trust telling any of the sinners. Because, realistically, I don't think some of them definitely would. I don't think most of them would, react that badly to it.
I think Faust in general is a curious character to me, because she seems to be super reticent with the information she gives for what seems to be no reason, but must be some kind of important reason.
I feel like definitely the reticence that will come up in her Kanto. Like, it has to do something with the whatever.
I mean,
it is.
Faust's outside of this reveal, like the Gesellschaft, before this intervallo, it wasn't mentioned very much. You got some of it from like the Malfaust Uptai story. There was a little bit more in the peripheral content that you saw. But prior to this, everyone had theories about the Faust Discord, right? That was kind of the theory, was the Faust Discord. We don't know that the Gesellschaft is the Faust Discord.
I had the Faust Discord, but I like Kanto too.
We don't have the Faust Discord as canon. We don't know what the Gesellschaft is, other than some kind of connection between Faust that shares information, right? Which, you can call that the Faust Discord, but we don't really know the specifics. But it almost seems to be, I want to call it its own kind of Gestalt entity, because Faust isn't the one that decides when she has access to certain information, right? We see her talk about, I don't have access to that. But the information does exist. She doesn't explain why. There's a lot of interesting stuff with the Gesellschaft and Faust.
I'm excited for her Kanto, although sad that it's gonna be like
I think
the
we'll get
last
more
one.
on the like this is an intervallo. I think we'll get more on the Gesellschaft before we actually get to Kanto 12, right? It's the last one, or the last part of Inferno, I assume, unless we get a 13th Kanto for Dante.
I was like, this guy's face, the cup here,
That one's kind of okay. It kind of looks like the Colossal Titan face from Attack on Titan.
Bit, yeah.
Got that Colossal Titan mug.
I feel like they got to this stage really quickly, because they're only in here for like 3 days, right? At least
yes,
days.
But this is obviously not a result of normal warp train shit. Something else is going on here, as we're seeing.
With that, Faust turned around and faced the rest of the sinners.
I will now present before you a solution to this predicament.
Huh? Is there something else we gotta do other than beating the crap out of whatever's in our way?
That will not change, no. However, what I am about to share will give you a better understanding of the purpose behind W Corp's contract, and provide us with the possible means of finding the method by which we may complete it. It is very likely that the entity behind the incidents on this train, and by extension, every incident of the same nature, has occurred in previous warp train trips, is a blood fiend.
Dun dun dun.
And that is also the first in this game mention of blood fiends.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였습니다.
I enjoy like the trade thing here for the map. I enjoy that.
It is just a big car.
Yeah, I enjoy it though.
It's fun.
Blood fiends.
출진.
I think you will very much enjoy blood fiends and how they work. With what I know about the stuff you've talked about, I think you'll very much enjoy how they function.
Wait, a blood fiend? What's a blood fiend?
A blood fiend? What in the name of wings is that?
You of all people haven't heard blood fiends? Thought you were our team expert on obscure lore.
Verily, I have not once heard mention of these blood fiends. Perchance I have let a magazine article slip from my memory?
She is sad. She's a sad bean.
Sag.
Don Quixote furrowed her brows, genuinely lost. It was as though the very words sounded alien to her. I thought they were just monsters. My alarm!
No!
In stories of scared children at night, they're supposed to be afraid of garlic and sunlight, right? Ooh, that sounds a bit different from what I've heard. I heard they fear garlic and sunlight is just a rumor. And what they're really afraid of is water. I have been briefed on the existence of blood fiends in the past when I served as a commanding officer, and I have seen the dregs that they command. Though my memory isn't very clear, I am quite certain that these monsters here do not resemble what I have seen.
I've seen one who called themselves a blood fiend among the ranks of the Fingers, but the things that blood fiend commanded weren't like these rubber-textured ones. There's something off about this one. That one didn't spawn these dregs with abandon like this.
Do you think in Ryoshu's Kanto she will finally draw the katana for whoever the final boss is?
Oh, absolutely. 110%. I mean, she draws the sword in her ego. Force of the Flames. Yeah. But that's not her literally drawing the sword, I don't think. It's an ego. It's an ego weapon.
Yeah.
So whatever the sword is, she draws a facsimile of it in her ego, but I don't think that's what happens. I think her Kanto ID is going to involve her using the sword. I think Ryoshi's Kanto is going to be a burn Kanto, and her burn ID is going to be using her crazy fucking fire super slicey blade. It's going to be all slash, it's going to be a bunch of burn, and it's going to do a shit ton of damage. It's going to be a lot of fun. I guarantee you. Scout's honor.
You can see my mouse, right?
Yes.
Got any games in your phone?
But aren't you supposed to know this already? Yes, I see that some sinners have encountered blood fiends in the past. A long-winded explanation seems unnecessary. As many of you have stated thus far, the entities we faced in this train do not appear to be blood fiends. In a sense, they are dreg-like beings that have failed to become kindreds. They are referred to as blood bags among relevant parties, according to information that I am aware of.
I'm just reminded. These are what they call licks! Oh my god! Piotr!
Not a terrible name.
Why would anyone name someone blood bags?
As it has been said prior, it is impossible for passengers to disappear aboard warp trains under normal circumstances. Though our reserve of intelligence regarding warp trains or W Corp is vast, if incomplete, we could not find a possible exception to the above rule. Within that reserve of intelligence, however, I have discovered that inserting a previously unseen variable into the equation allows for the formulation of a new hypothesis.
Wait, you're saying these blood fiends can completely erase people or passengers from existence?
A more accurate descriptor would be to say that they are either dissolved or vaporized.
Dissolved. Like what happened to me.
Ishmael making every line about her somehow.
No matter how... hey, guys, did you know I was on a boat? Guys, it's just been a couple minutes since I mentioned. I was, in fact, on a boat. Like, in case that wasn't clear.
I'm the one who threw the harpoon.
I have a harpoon, guys. We did my canto. Did you remember the boat? That was me. No matter the degree of violence the passengers may indulge in, no matter how severe their wounds may be, the warp trains can revert them to their initial states at the beginning of the journey. Among several interpretations of the word violence involves cannibalization, of course.
Ew.
However, as the passengers' collective time itself is in moratorium for the duration of the train's operation, digestion is not a biological process that should be active. In other words, even the devoured passengers could be reconstructed.
If they're merely stuffed in the digestive tract, I suppose they could get the passengers to retrieve the chewed up chunks of the passengers and piece them back together via the vein-like things connecting each individual.
The warp train cleanup agents are the world's most fucked up professional jigsaw puzzle solvers.
However, such is not true for blood bags. Blood bags are, by their nature, obsessed with blood. Their existence hinges on supplying themselves with the blood of their victims. And it is said that they must consume a minuscule amount of blood to maintain their forms.
Wait, what? Didn't you just say digestion's not a thing on the train?
If I were to continue my deductions, perhaps consumption of bloods for blood fiends and blood bags is a fundamentally different process from our consumption of nutrients for energy. To them, blood is a culmination.
Sorry.
To them, blood is a culmination, an entailment of something that forms the self, including but not limited to emotions, ambitions, wealth, purposes of existence. Then it must naturally follow that they can spend their blood at will, which is a process isolated from other biological processes such as digestion.
Let go.
What? I ain't following even half of that.
You exist in a moratorium of time at the present moment. They do? Heathcliff, yet your emotions still persist, do they not?
Whoa, Yisong, don't call Heathcliff a kitten. That's weird, bro.
Kitty?
You ain't close like that.
Now, Kitty. Anger, sorrow, and joy, they continue to spark within you.
Well, I suppose they are.
Though we cannot tell whether they may be in a state of alteration, or whether they remain ensnared in the wheel of creation and destruction, it can be said that emotions once past exist not in continuation. The passengers' will to live, the worth of this very existence in which they thrive, do they not all gently atrophy into non-existence even amidst the cease time? Miss Faust seeks to illustrate the similarity between how emotions are to ourselves and how blood is the blood fiends. Gotcha, so that's why she said the blood's vaporized, huh? If that's the case, then the very blood that's supposed to bind these chunks of flesh together will also evaporate, which means they can't be pieced back together. There's no incongruence in that logic.
So basically, blood fiends consume blood like people feel. And so because people still feel aboard the warp trains, the blood fiends just kind of break the law of the time stop and say, no, fuck you. This is existential. It's distortion type bullshit.
Everyone fell silent for a moment. That was way too much information to process at once. We didn't even know what to make of them either. I would like to ask a few questions, if you would permit me. Yisong was the first to break the silence. Could it be said that the blood bags are direct creations of blood fiends? If such is the case, then by which method do they?
That information is inaccessible at the moment.
What a way to get out of it. Faust replies, avoiding Yisong's gazes. There isn't anything I can do about this. The sinners will only get more stressed if they find out what's going on in Faust, and that's something we both want to avoid. Inaccessible. Yeah, indeed. Now recall what you've said in the past.
This is only a speculation, however. I assume that a direct form of physical contact is needed to turn an individual into a blood bag. If such were not the case, then we, who are likely the greatest obstacles to this entity's goal at the moment, would have been the first ones to be turned.
Indeed.
In that case, that villain of a blood fiend must be hiding out somewhere aboard this train! Indeed, if we are to believe the words of the fixer from earlier, then there is a high likelihood that the horde is advancing in this direction from the back of the train. In other words, continuing down the train cars will lead us straight to the blood fiend. Very well! I shan't forsake this opportunity to bring peace to the souls of the innocent passengers who have perished by the villain's hands! Dante?
It seemed that Don Quixote was now invigorated. The other sinners also seemed satisfied now that we had a clear sight of our goal. Faust, who stood amidst them, nodded in my direction. Well then, let's go. Making the best of what's available to us at the moment. Let's move forward. For now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
囚人の皆さんの状態に
God, my friend wanted to start a Star Wars D6 campaign. You never played the D6 system, right?
効果的でした
No.
The way character progression works in that game, unlike say D&D where you get like modifiers or whatever, you just get more dice. So like
Right, and so you could roll like 40 d6, and that's too many d6.
Like as an example, right? My character right now is starting at 9 dice for anything related to repair. And you can have the lowest of just 1 die. So if you're really bad, you get 1 die. And my character rolls 9 dice, so you know, and then you have to count them out.
Too much.
Which, like, you know, on one hand, it's like, on the other hand, when Darth Vader shows up and he goes, he is casting Force Lightning at you, and he rolls, you know, a bucket of dice, you go, oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
이제 깨우치시길.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 버는 맛이 놈을 튀울 수도 없겠고 저런 놈 마르게 하는 튀울 수도 없게
딱 반쯤 죽여버려.
법이지.
13조 2항에 맞추면 저게 제격이지.
I do think there'd be some humor for, like, that. You good? You good?
He's doing the gif of the guy slowly sliding towards the camera with the funny hat on.
Oh, he slid the wrong way and then turned around. Anyway, it'd be really funny to have like all of the yapping ones on equipped at one time, and just see how many overlapping voices you could get.
I think you could probably get like 3 at most. Because it's usually about 1 per turn, and if you have like a super long one leading into like a very short term in which you finish a wave, and then another one where you start, I could see that. Imagine Hebert, Virgilius, and Amia just completely talking over each other at the same time.
Damn, that's a good fucking flash for him.
Counterpoint.
놈을 튀울
Tarnished Blood's absolution.
또한 줄. 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길을
대에서 내려.
Fucking, I will say this. The Han Lu, he fucking yaps when he's the wind.
승객들, 뭔가 기분 좋은 일이라도 있었던 거야?
행색이 이상하죠.
자, 12수에게 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 숨쉬는 자, 누구
숨통 끊기.
호위 이상이요. 하나 넘고 둘 넘고.
Oh, you wanted to, you were talking about stuff before I had to go. What was, and then I had to leave. What was the, continuation of, oh yeah, the RE9. You, who are you playing as an RE9?
Right, it's I want to say Grace Ashcroft, who's the daughter of some other Ashcroft character from the series. Was in a different game. It is not Rose, but if you haven't actually, have you played RE8?
That's Ethan.
Village.
Yes, I played it.
Have you played the DLC for it?
No, I've not played it.
I would say it's worth playing. It's actually, I think, interesting. Because you play as Rose, is the premise of it.
Rose in the Rose DLC.
In the Rose DLC, and a lot of it is revolving around the fact that she never got to know Ethan. And it's surprisingly wholesome for a fucking Resident Evil DLC.
무상한 목숨
Alright, this is just nothing to do with story. It's just you know how much of a train wreck RE6 is, right?
일기당천.
Yes.
Alright.
To say, I've never played it, but yes.
I at some point when it's on sale, I will gift you the game so we can play through it. Because while it is an absolute train wreck, it is a funny train wreck.
Oh man, that does sound like fun.
It is. Look, when there is a part where one of Chris's soldiers is melting. Like, his hands are melting, his face, everything. And Chris like, take my hand! I'll save you! No, Chris,
just take his hand!
Chris, he's dead, my guy.
He's very dead, Chris! It's not gonna work.
바람 불어오는 대로. 밟아라.
This is a funny joke for me and my friend who played through it all on stream. Because again, it's like, it's a train wreck. It's a funny train wreck, though. There is...
I don't mind. I think there's a certain charm to games that are just overtly pretty bad.
Yeah.
As long as they're the fun kind of bad, where you can enjoy the dumb shit going on.
It is fun. Like... You know, is it kind of weird playing a Resident Evil game where you start the game off with 2 pistols, a shotgun, a sniper, a machine gun, an SMG, grenades, and like 30 for herbs? Yeah, it's kind of weird to start the game with that. Kind of weird. Is it weird? Is it weird playing an RE game where you will routinely have over 300 bullets? Yeah, kind of weird.
Taking the survival and the horror out of survival horror into just action.
Yeah.
The only genre is action.
Yeah. You know, is it weird that one of the enemy types you can make it so they can't hit you by laying on the ground? And they just physically can't hit you?
That reminds me of some of the Dark Souls or Elden Ring enemies. If you use like the lay down on the floor emote, their hitboxes don't actually reach the ground in front of them.
Like that's like the dog enemy. You in
That's
Resident
funny.
Evil for some reason, in RE6 for some reason, I don't know why, they have like a fucking dolphin dive move, and they'll lay on the ground, and you can like scoot forward and just stay laying on the ground. And you can
Call
shoot.
of Duty style.
Yeah, and you can shoot from that position. And
That's
if
so silly.
you're laying down like that, the dogs cannot hit you. It does not matter what they do, they cannot hit you.
That's funny.
Manager Esquire! Halt! Behold this poor fellow! He lives still!
Don Quixote, her round eyes wide open, began sprinting somewhere. No, stay away from me, monster. Hey man, we're not those monsters. You alright? Shh, big eyes. Huh? An arm. You're sort of you too, aren't you? You must be turned into some bug-like muscles. What? No, this is... Gregor stumbled for words before chuckling and casting his gaze toward the floor in disbelief. Yeah, well, no surprise there, I guess. I suppose no way to tell right away whether this arm's a monster or prosthetic or whatnot. It's possible that you are mistaken due to his bioprosthetic being of an older, outdated make that is now rarely seen in the city. Ah, prosthetic. That's a relief. I thought it was crazy. Man, this would just be awkward of how long that it does not look this long in like the other picture of him. That'd be annoying to use.
Well, it shifts, right? You don't see it in a lot of his still art, but in his base Sinner ID, the arm shifts forms.
Yeah.
Based on like utility and emotional
yeah,
state.
it is emotion thing. I do remember that. So what are the W Corp employees doing aboard this train? Ah, you're right. From what we found out about the Warptrains through the identities, I can't imagine why any of them would ever willingly board this train. Oh, the contract fixers, right? We wrote to assist you with your contract. I said we, but I'm the only one left. Every single one of my colleagues suddenly began losing their minds to that car over there, and...
This cannot be! Faust! Is there truly no way to cure the blood bags? My apologies. The access to that information is prohibited at this moment as well.
Though her voice and expression were both as serene as always, there was something gloomy about the way she said it.
I may have been too reliant on Faust in too many places.
Faust muttered in a barely audible volume. I don't know what I can do to help the sinners in a situation like this either. I'd also grown too used to Faust's omniscience because I could always trust it to be there for me. I started to realize that I don't have the means to dig myself out of a hole like this. No, maybe I was too reliant on the sinners as a whole. When the time comes for them to depend on me, when they can no longer stand on their own, can I really manage them? Lead them to the right answers? Doubt, colored with fear, begins to rise like an ominous plume. Oh, what can you do? What can I do? Right? Ugh. The agent struggled to some corner of the room with his wounded leg and pulled on a lever.
They made good use of this space.
And the wall behind what initially appeared to be a folding chair for employees sprung open.
Oh, what in the name of the wings is this? Perchance thou hast hidden here a weapon most powerful, a weapon most feared by the blood fiends?
Nah, this is the Cruncher. That holds a resemblance to the capsule we saw in the first-class car, but why would that thing be here? The cleanup agent slumped into the pod that appeared in the wall. Ugh, finally.
What is it thou seekest to do?
W Corp prepared a small hibernation pod for employees in case of these emergencies.
Verily, then... Huh?
Good luck! With that, he settled into the capsule and shut the hatch behind him. The door covering the pod closed, only the folding chair and a wall covering with viscera remained. He's gone. Here he goes.
He has departed the scene.
We blankly stared at the wall the agent disappeared into. Well, Ben, I guess we gotta move on to the next car. Keep on keeping on.
Do you... Yeah, we have time for one more at least.
But
오늘
no, again, our RE6 is a fucking train wreck. It's it's a funny train wreck, but it is.
살아갈 수 있겠군요.
Use the boxes, man! Why spend the
만곡된
lunacy?
직선을
boxes
직선으로
must be saved.
For what? The next game?
I don't know.
囚人の皆さんの状態に
Number goes up, claims another.
Says the guy with like one of each of the fucking season extracts.
Okay, and those are super limited. The boxes aren't
super
limited. Yeah, but you get boxes every season. You don't get limited tickets for that season's 3-star identities every season.
내피랑 먼저
Or I
갈
guess
거야.
for every season, every season.
숨통 끊기.
Fucking. It's so funny in like Resident Evil lore that despite Wesker having super strength, the only strategy that consistently works against him is Chris just throwing haymakers.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
That's the Redfield power.
It's like, despite the fact that Wesker can dodge bullets, you know, on reaction, can
대성공이야.
kick open or can kick a footprint into a titanium door, among other things.
And he's not dodging fists all the time, is he?
Yeah, all of that. But the one thing that reliably stops him is Chris sprinting up to him in his refrigerator-sized way and just grabbing him. And Wesley goes,
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
그래, 딱 반쯤 죽여버려.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
그게 제격이지.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
좋아, 이번에는 제대로 들어갔군.
敵は深手を負っています。
이제 깨우치시게. 이제 깨우치시게.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않아.
you do get to play as Wesker's son in RE6.
넌다 후렴을 틔울 수도 없겠고.
Fun.
우와, 가름도 깜짝.
And he is the only character who, instead of having a knife or whatever the equivalent is, he just has fist. He goes, ba ba ba! Because he's Wesker's son.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
He learned from Redfield and trained his son in the fisticuffs.
I think the funniest thing, Chris starts the game off omega depressed, like drinking himself into death levels depressed, and he's like, "You don't understand. I lost a squad. They were counting on me, and I failed them." And then the guy comes and was like, "But Chris, you can lead a new squad."
Of course, just get new dudes.
And then he loses that squad to Big Snake. That's what we're calling it.
What now?
Is that what we're calling it, or do we have time for go in?
I think that might just be another combat mission, so I think we can do one more.
Chris has flashbacks to RE1 where he had to fight the Yan, the big snake. In RE6, it's a big invisible snake. This is so much worse!
아시의 이상을 함께 줬던 포위 이상.
좋아, 이번엔
Anyway, what I was saying, because before I got like ludicrously sidetracked on that, and we have a funny joke where in Leon's campaign, near the end of it, the Illuminati detonate.
Well, hold on. Is this a spoiler? Because if I'm going to be playing,
you get saved by random soldier guy.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Random soldier guy saves the day twice and is so much cooler than Leon.
고작 이 정도
Good. Leon's had like 18 games of Spotlight.
It's just a dude in like U.S. military uniform and like a face mask, and he saves the day twice.
불가 위
대성공이야.
막아내지
가른
못.
신나.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 나라도 그렇게 했으면 되지. 이만한 훌륭한
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。
Well, goodbye, random blood bag. You're about to get Heishowed.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
Actually, it's the autumn sale. It might be because RE6 is on sale all the time because of how bad of a game it is. Resident Evil 6. Yeah, $5.
재빨 봐라.
Ooh. I think I'll just buy that myself, actually. that's
うわ、
that is cheaper than like a McDonald's frap.
I will say, I'm happy it's kind of dead right now. It has a mechanic where the entire campaign is Dark Souls invadable.
That sounds incredible. I love that.
So, on release, while you were playing the game, other players could invade your game as special infected.
That sounds really cool, though. Ignoring the fact that other people would probably kick your ass if they were doing that willingly.
Yeah.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
I don't know. I've always been a fan of the Dark Souls invasion stuff.
Like, well, again, but it's slightly different in, you know, in RE shooter. It's one thing in, like, Dark Souls where, you know, you and them have the same tools, right? It's another thing where it's like, yep, he just spawns in as the tank in your single player.
In your he forcefully costs you 1,300 bullets.
Yeah, you know, that's a different, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
There was one cool mechanic that, like, we won't be able to use where, so there's 6 campaigns, I think, and the 6 campaigns will, like, interact with each other. So on release, if you were at that section while a person playing the other campaign is at that section, you'd both be doing it together. With that, you know, them doing their campaign and you're doing their campaign, you'll be helping each other out, which that was really cool. Now it's just an AI that plays the other character, which is, you know,
that
boring.
Almost kind of reminds me of the whatchamacallit. You ever play Devil May Cry 5?
I have never played Devil May Cry game.
Oh wow, okay. So Devil May Cry 5 has a mechanic where if you're playing a mission as a certain character, you can see what I think is the echo of another person's like gameplay that they were doing on their version of that. Like the character was fighting in a room or walking through a room that you can see but can't access. Like there's let's say, okay, it's fucking Devil May Cry, so it's like a fleshy membrane lattice, right? But it's, oh, I thought we were...
We're just talking, when we're done, I ended. This is just Luxcavation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like a fleshy membrane you can see through, right? And so you're fighting your enemies on that side, and you'd see, like, it's either your replay or the replay of someone else's, I think, gameplay going on in the background as you're both doing the mission, quote-unquote.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, neat.
Like, RE6 had a lot of cool ideas, but I feel a lot of them were not executed well. Oh wait, that means you don't actually know about the fucking Tic Tacs in RE6.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나.
In which case, perhaps I should discover more when I play.
Yeah. No, that's something we can do at some point. Like, it's not. It's yeah. It's something we can do at some point. We have a lot of things we need to play.
Yeah, if we're going to make RE6, we should definitely do it before we, like, jump into Ruina, because Ruina is a biblical length game.
Yeah,
so
because we have Limbus Company, which we're closing in on the end, but still middle. The end that's available.
I think maybe we can go on Limbus, then we can do, like, maybe the Halo thing you wanted to do, and then we can do RE6, and then maybe we can go into Ruina.
Yeah, and then we also have Cold.
Ruina should be like the tail end. Cultist Simulator, it's like runs, so you can like do a Cultist Simulator quote-unquote run.
Yeah.
Granted, they take a while, and you're not going to do it all in one sitting, but Cultist Simulator is a very pick up and put down game.
한방 먹였어.
Heaven knows I've picked it up and put it down plenty of times. That game gets frustrating sometimes. It's a good game. I stand by. It's quite a good game, but it can be
Yeah,
frustrating.
I'm waiting to play it until we do it because I think you will enjoy that a lot.
Absolutely.
아직
I can't wait to not tell you anything on your first couple runs and only then start to because okay, Cultist Simulator is interesting because you're not supposed to know what you're doing. Because the entire game is figuring out what the hell you're doing and why.
Yeah.
You're spinning plates until the plates start doing new things, and then you can spin new plates and do new things, with the eventual goal of Ritual Ascension. But how you get from I have a document about some fucked up shit to Ritual Ascension,
부끄럽지 않았습니다.
many steps in between.
좋아. 이걸로 성공한 임무만 90번이 넘었어.
몇명 놓치게 낼
Are probably good
Yeah.
to call it there.
Okay, so with all of that
그
done,
새를
I'd like to
물러라.
thank you all for watching, thank you for coming, and hopefully we